A robust model of reality should not only have explanatory power, it is also expected to make testable predictions. Here we discuss a few predictions or inferences Metacomputics model is able to make. Prediction number 1. If the physical universe is a processing output of computation, space and time will have to be discrete instead of continuous. Computation is inherently discrete and cannot handle continuous time and continuous space. We can use Zeno's paradox as a thought experiment to prove this is the case. If space and time are continuous, then Achilles will never have his last step. Without the last step, he will never reach the final destination. The fact Achilles does reach the destination is a proof that there is a last step. The last step is of the size of the pixel in space. Prediction number 2. Real cause of change is programming instead of other physical objects. Okay. Programming causes changes. Therefore, change can happen without a physical cause. This happens at astronomical scale in the case of a movement of the sun through space, and at the micro scale, the fluctuation of the quantum field. In both cases, there is no apparent physical cause for those dynamic movements. There is no need for physical cause. Programming does the job. Prediction number 2 has many subsidiary predictions. For example, we call this P2.1, that is, objects have no causal power. The movement of the blue ball is not caused by the white ball. The real cause of the blue ball's movement is the underlying program. The white ball simply triggers the program. We call this subsidiary prediction P2.1.1. If objects have no causal power, then neurons, which are objects themselves, do not cause any of our behavior or conscious experiences. This prediction can be tested by a parapsychological experiment, such as out-of-body experience and near-death experience. Prediction number 3 is information is stored in a database of Platonic computer and therefore is non-local in space. As we mentioned before, 3D space is a display like a computer screen. Information is not stored in a screen. It is stored in a memory card. And this prediction can be tested by EXP experiment, extra-sensor perception, which is including telepathy, that is mind reading, clairvoyance, which is perception beyond senses, and precognition, knowing the future. Again, those are very classical parapsychological experiments. Prediction number 4. As we discussed before, physics are program subroutines in Platonic computer. If program is altered, physics will be altered. So physics can be locally and temporarily altered or suspended. We can test this prediction by carrying out PK experiments, psychokinesis, the mind of matter. I want to make a few points on simulation hypothesis and parapsychology. As we have seen, the simulation hypothesis is heavily dependent upon parapsychology research and experimentation to verify or falsify its many predictions. Of course, many of the suggested parapsychological experiments have already been done in the past for over 100 years. However, they have been largely ignored or rejected by mainstream scientific community. Now, if they are part of an experimental program to verify or falsify a new theory, these experiments and experimental results will become more meaningful and impactful to mainstream scientific community. It is hoped that further development of simulation hypothesis and its predictions will engage more mainstream scientists into testing programs involving parapsychological experiments. Being an important part of verification program for new scientific theory, parapsychology will become an advanced and respected new science discipline. So I think it's going to be good news for parapsychology. The simulation hypothesis has been running in a circle. Parapsychology hasn't gone very far either. Okay, it's been over 100 years. It hasn't got much acceptance in mainstream scientific community. But if both can work as a team and to support each other, together they will progress a lot quicker and much further.